Despite getting placed on the list 317 days ago, this level is Despite getting placed on the list 317 days ago, this level is... Despite getting placed...
esse popô. Vai, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é sem caô.
Ela cheia de tesão e eu arregaço esse popô.
Vai, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é sem caô.
Ela tá cheia de tesão e eu arregaço esse popô. Ela tá cheia de tesão, eu vou te fuder com amor. Mina linda, safadinha, arregaça esse popô. Vai, vai que é sem caô, vai que é sem caô. Ela cheia de tesão e eu arregaço esse popô.
Vai, vai que é sem caô, vai que é sem caô.
Ela tá cheia de tesão e eu arregaço esse popô.
Vai, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é, vai que é sem caô.
Ela tá cheia de tesão e eu arregaço esse popô. Ela tá cheia de tesão, eu vou te fuder com amor. Mina linda, safadinha, arregaça esse popô.
Vai, cheia de tesão, eu vou te fuder com amor. Mina linda, safadinha, arregaça esse popô. Vai, vai que é sem caô, vai que é sem caô.
Clima perfeito, noite enluarada. Fara afiados, caçador vai à caça. Na captura delas, de bailão em bailão. Na captura delas, de bailão em bailão. Bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão, não, bailão, bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão, não. Vai à caça, na captura delas, de bailão em bailão. Caça, na captura delas, de bailão em bailão. Caça, na captura delas, de bailão em bailão. Na captura delas, de bailão em bailão. Bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão, não, não, bailão, bailão.
Я знаю, но я хочу икать.
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에 Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I lived two lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Caught a problem child, 'cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. 끝없이 on stage, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. We dreaming hard, we came so far, now I believe. We're going up, 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 it's our moment. You know together we're going, gonna be golden. Up, 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 with our voices. Going to get you so on it. Gonna be golden. Oh, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. Oh, our time, no fears, no lies, that's who we're born to be. Waited so long to break these walls down, to wake up and feel like me. Put these patterns all in the past now, and finally live like the girl they all see. No more hiding, I'll be shining like I'm born to be. 'Cause we are hunters, voices strong, and I know I believe. We're going up, 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 it's our moment. You know together we're going, gonna be golden. Oh, up, 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 with our voices. Going to get you so on it. Gonna be golden. Oh, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining.
repeat 끝없이 in your head. Anytime it hurts, play another verse. I can be a sanctuary. No, I'm the only one right now. I will love you more when it all burns down. More than power, more than gold. Yeah, you gave me your heart, now I'm here for your soul. I'm the only one who will love your sins. Feel the way my voice gets underneath your skin. Listen, cause I'm preaching to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher? Give me your desire. I can be the star you rely on. Never know the chair, you can't look away. Don't you know I'm here to save you? Got me running wild. Yeah, I'm all you need, I'ma be your idol.
Reaching on the fame, cancel what you, I'm your idol. Thank you for the pain, cause it got me going viral. Yeah, 나지 않는 fever, making you a believer. 나를 위해 넌 존재하는 idol.
Don't let it show, keep it all inside. The pain and the shame, keep it out of sight. Your obsession feels like an addiction. 이 순간, give me all your attention. You know I'm the only one who will love your sins. Feel the way my voice gets underneath your skin. Listen, cause I'm preaching to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher? Give me your desire. I can be the star you rely on. Never know the chair, you can't look away. Don't you know I'm here to save you? Got me running wild. Yeah, I'm all you need, I'ma be your idol. Be your idol. Living in your mind now. Too late, cause you're mine now. I will make you pay when you're all a part of me. Preach it to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher? Give me your desire. Watch me set your world on fire. Never know the chair, you can't look away. No one is coming to save you. Now we're running wild. You're down on your knees, I'ma be your idol.
Hey, 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 hey.
Don't want you, need you, yeah I need you to fill me up. 마시고 마셔봐도 상해졌지 않아. Got a feeling that oh yeah, you could be everything that I need. Taste so sweet, every sip makes me want more, yeah. Licking like snack, cause you got it like that. Take a big bite, want another bite, yeah. 너의 모든 걸 나 원해. 너 말고 모두 뻔해. When you're in my arms, I hold you so tight, so tight. Can't let go, no, not tonight. 지금 당장 나갈 시간 없잖아. 넌 내 거야, 이미 알고 있잖아. Cause I need you to need me. I'm empty, feeling so refreshing. My little soda pop, you're all I can think of. Every drop I drink up. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Cool me down, you're so hot. Pull me up, I won't stop. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. My little soda pop.
Make me wanna flip the top. 한번 come make you hit the spot. Every little drip and drop, fizz and pop. 소름 돋아, it's getting hot.
Just a sipping when it's dripping out. It's done. I need a second round and pour a lot. And don't you stop till my soda pop fizzles out. 속에 그려왔던 너, 난 절대 놓칠 수 없어. 나 원했고 가 waited so long for a taste of soda. So the wait is over, baby. Coming through me, yo, just can't get enough. You're all I can think of. Every drop I drink up. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Pull me down, you're so hot. Pull me up, I won't stop. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop.
Once in a while, we see a really crazy fluke on a hard level, but I'm pretty confident this player holds the record for biggest fluke ever. When you think of big flukes, you might instantly say Aeon Air's fluke on the Extreme Demon Rash from 18%, or Xeroxy's fluke on Acheron from 61% when it was the top 1 hardest demon. But even though these flukes might arguably be more impressive, the underrated player Scarrow actually holds the record for biggest fluke on an Extreme Demon, and it's literally impossible to beat it. I am not joking when I say this, but on May 19th, 2021, Scarrow fluked the level Erebus from 0%, not dying a single time in normal mode after practicing the level. Although this is largely due to the fact that the level is an easier version of the original Erebus that's just been redecorated, the level was still placed as the 125th hardest level in the game a couple months after Scarrow's fluke. Once in a while, we see a really crazy fluke on a hard level, but I'm pretty confident this player holds the record for
Hold on. Is this possible? It's not. So basically, Ebix showed me this account called TLDNE. It's an AI that uploads a level every 20 minutes. And I was like, I have to play this. So I don't know anything about these levels. Oh, these are easy. I just realized these probably aren't like fucking actual levels. They're probably all gonna be like this.
What are the chances this like bot like recreates fireworks?
Probably pretty high. Probably like a 1 in 2 chance. The fuck is this? This is one of the fucking physically impossible. It's just a fucking wall. What? It has like actual shit. It has actual decoration. Oh, I beat it. It was 1 spike. The nil. Oh, I should probably not go up there. Wait, how do I do this one? Oh, that's a tight jump. Is this possible? Apparently, I don't know. I don't think it is. This is possible? Raccoon sent me one. I fucking hate you. I'll give that one a like though. Oh, put coins? It's learning. Oh, I made a free coin level. That's so cute. Oh, it's a Dorabay level. What the fuck? It's like fucking impossible timing. Is this oh, you just fucking spawn. Oh, it uses text now. Remember the times where we had fun playing the old Geometry Dash, the game of our childhood. Thankful GD community, easier login system, fair rating, and especially small good creators. Who else got their levels rated with simple decoration but really fun gameplay? These are the times we want. Together we are stronger.
I want to explore every aspect of Discord's dark side and expose things that happen on Discord that most people don't even know about. And after playing Schedule 1, I thought to myself, can you buy drugs on Discord? Or will you just get scammed? Or even better, am I going to get arrested when this video comes out? I don't know. But to answer that question, I went deep across multiple Discord servers. And during my journey, I uncovered 4 red flags about these Discord servers, which all reveal why I'm scared to talk about the final server that I'm going to show you. Now, as a disclaimer for everyone, specifically the YouTube employee that will be watching this video and trying to ruin my rent-paying capabilities, this video is not providing instructions on buying illegal drugs. I'm going to show you that it's a horrible idea to do so, especially with those red flags I talk about, but I'm going to be censoring things so that people can't follow in my footsteps, and finally, I'm going to be reporting these servers to Discord so they get taken down. So with that all said, are there servers on Discord that sell drugs? Now, whenever I try to find awful Discord servers, I want to start by looking at Discord's discovery feature, because this is built in directly to Discord, so if anyone can go in here and search for drugs and search for drugs, and they find a Discord server that is selling drugs, this means that this is accessible to anyone on Discord, including kids, which would be a horrible Discord problem. Now, fortunately for Discord, there was nothing that I could find that was selling drugs, but I did stumble across a server called Only Drugs. There might be drugs in the Only Drugs server. Revolutionary idea, I know. Anyways, when I joined the server, it turned out, no, that was not the case. This is just a Discord server that's meant to be edgy. They're like, we use drugs, we're cool. So anyways, that's the end of the video. No one sells drugs on Discord, is what I would say. But then I sent a friend request to this specific Discord account called Boo Boo. Now, why did I send a friend request to this guy? Was it because of these two mushroom emojis, the eagle emoji and a black heart emoji was all a secret code to buying drugs on Discord? Not even fucking close. The reason why I added this dude on Discord is because one of my viewers sent me a message saying that they were randomly added by this dude and they offered my viewers drugs. Now our conversation was like two socially inept morons talking to each other. He was talking about some drugs or something and I sounded like a cop. You got a good plug. He also sounded like a cop because he said, "What about yourself? You do drugs?" This is like movie levels of drug dealing. Are you familiar with Liam Plug? Seems he is the best plug ever. And I knew right from the gates, boom baby, we're in. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want one good piece of life advice, always trust a man with mushroom emojis in his profile and a Goku profile picture to deliver, because he just sent me the Discord server, even though my profile picture is of Jeffrey f***ing Epstein, bro. And ladies and gentlemen, when I joined the server and I went into the available stock channel, I could not believe my eyes. I stumbled across a gold mine, because as I scroll up, we have stuff like DMT, we have pills, we have more pills. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the word. We have walkie slush. We have just a lot of different things. That genuinely looks like banana bread. Actually, no, that just looks like poop. Like, did I just get lucky? The first Discord server that I lay my eyes upon, is this a Discord server that is going to sell drugs? Now, scammers hate this one trick, ladies and gentlemen. You see, you click on an image that is very distinct, like these water papers with Rick and Morty. I don't know what I'm looking at. You right click, you search with Google Lens, and who would have thunk it, boys? This was taken off someone's Facebook page. I can't show you the username or YouTube would get mad, but this is an image that was just ripped off the internet. So far, this server, already, I'm thinking it's a scam. Well, hold on. This could be a real drug operation. They had a channel called Delivered Touchdown, where people would open their packages to show you that this is a real drug shop on Discord. Hear me out for 2 seconds, right? If you bought illegal drugs off the internet, why would you record a video of you yourself with your face opening up a box? Mega mastermind, pure genius. But to be honest, I don't really know what I was expecting, because if you read the... If you read what this dude said, he said, "Thank you, delivery vendor. My order just arrived. The new Xanax are sealed bottles and are 1 billion% pure." The word percent means out of 100. No, 1 billion% pure. Now let's see this dude unbox his delivery. All right, I gotta change the music. We can't have that music. I don't own the rights to it. But this is a dude with tattoos dancing to this sort of awesome gamer music, unboxing his illicit substances. I'm gonna speed up a little because he takes 5 years to open a box. It's not that difficult. Wait, that's it? And we don't even see him open up the box. This could be an unboxing for a Nintendo Switch 2, which would be equally as depressing as buying drugs on the internet. But this doesn't even show us anything. This is just a dude opening up a box who has tattoos. And apparently this tattooed up man is actually an anime fan. We're gonna play a game, right? I want you to guess this dude's Discord avatar picture just based on his video.
Just got my order. This is the way it came shipped.
Now you'd expect he's got that yeehaw ass accent. He probably from Texas. His Discord profile is a cowboy riding a horse. Maybe him in some cowboy boots, no shirt, no pants. Hold on, I'm fantasizing here. But you think he is a cowboy, right? Well, apparently, no. This is Arizadel with an eagle emoji. Okay, wait, this... No, it's a guy with a rapper in a fancy car as his profile picture, but he also has an eagle, which reminds me of someone I've talked to quite recently who also has an eagle. This is pretty clear that these are just alt accounts, right? And as I was figuring this out, I couldn't focus for the life of me, because every second I would be getting a message, ding, 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 ding. I'm trying to pay attention, but no, I would have the owner of the Discord server, truck emoji, delivery vendor, green checkbox emoji. Within the same minute, he asked me what's up twice. And just like me breaking the ice with most girls I talk to on Tinder, I just say I love them right away. But in this case, delivery vendor just hits me with the in paragraphs of got top quality psychedelic products for anxiety, depression, stress, insomnia. But then he starts listing off some chill pills like Xanax. Then he says meth. Meth is a stimulant. It is the polar opposite of a chill pill. If you're looking to chill out and you take meth, this is harmful. Considering this dude has no idea what he's even talking about, he's probably scamming. Actually, this isn't probably a scam, it's a scam. This dude just gave me his Bitcoin address. The next minute he says send to Cash App, also send with screenshots for confirmation. Then he says let me get it packed up immediately. He starts asking if I'm there, and then a minute later he says send with screenshot for confirmation. He's telling me let me know when he sent the money. I haven't even told him what I even want to order. He's just telling me to send money. I don't know how to make it any more clear. This dude is straight up just a scammer. Now, here's the thing. If he scams me, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go to the police and say, hey, what's up, guys? I just tried to buy $1,000 worth of drugs, and this dude scammed me. Can you guys help me? No one is gonna report this stuff to the police, which is exactly why these people do it. And this reveals the first red flag that I discovered throughout this drug dealing escapade. It's overall incompetence, and it can mean a lot. Like, this dude stole images off the internet that you can reverse image search. This dude doesn't understand that meth is not something to chill you out. It is a stimulant. And this dude having horrible customer support, asking me to send money when I haven't even told him what I want. Now, interestingly enough, when I joined this drug activities Discord server, it turned out I became one of the most popular people on Discord. I might have gotten a lucky break for once in my life because a lot of people finally wanted to be my friend. Not in real life, but just on Discord, and I'll take what I can get. I got a whole bunch of friend requests, and I got one from this established gentleman, General Chem. Now, were we gonna play games together, talk about life and our problems? No, he just added me as a friend. I didn't even accept it, and he invited me to Research Chemicals, a Discord server. And the first thing I saw when I joined his own Discord server is that he pinged everyone asking, can anyone tell me what this is? And it's a pill. Except on the back of the pill, it has a marking of 20 oxy, which is like a standard marking scheme that this is 20 milligram oxycodone. He's asking people what pill this is when there's markings on it. Red flag number one, incompetence. Now, that's just one of the friends that hit me up. In fact, I got a friend request from someone called Ashley. Boys, I got taunted with fake friends, but this might be a girlfriend this time. No, it turns out this was just a woman who was trying to take my money or something. I don't know. But that didn't stop Mr. Roger Pocket. He said, yo, what's good? Not much. How about you? Packaging right now for shipping. I hit him with the definitely not a Fed word, wowzers. And then he sent me a link to his Discord server that has a whole bunch of drugs on it. It was a clear scam, exactly the same thing, reverse image Google search. So on my quest to find Discord servers that sell drugs, I've learned that every single person that reaches out to you is trying to scam my ass. So red flag number two, people reaching out, not a good idea. So instead, what if I stop being a lazy 600-pound Discord moderator and I instead try to find servers by myself? So then I went to the worst place on the internet. I even made a whole video talking about this place, Disboard. Now on Disboard, I have seen servers that do credit card fraud. I've seen servers that are meant to find kids because they're owned by predators. Finding a Discord server on Disboard that sells drugs should be no problem at all. So I type in drugs, and surprisingly, to Disboard's credit, I didn't find much. But unfortunately, there's a lot of websites like Disboard. For example, there's discord.me. Their moderation is so garbage where if you do search for drugs, there's a lot. By the way, YouTube employees, for every single one of those servers, I am going into the listing and I am reporting the server for selling drugs. And I'm doing that both on the website so that it gets taken down, but I'm also reporting these on Discord. Again, I'm not trying to teach people how to find drugs. I am trying to take this problem down. Now, when I stumbled across this server, it said that it was just a community. If you like to meet new people, hang out with friends, and have a blast. No, the server's just buying drugs. Now, there are some interesting things about this server, though. When I go to the Pics and Videos channel, this dude has a whole bunch of pictures of a whole bunch of illicit substances, but on every single photo, he spams his name across the whole image. Now, does he do it to make sure people don't steal his images? No, he does it so that when you try searching with Google Lens, it just kind of like doesn't work. Now, the interesting thing is that when I looked at this Discord server's announcements, they made an announcement a while ago. Wow, it's actually been like a whole entire year. But they say, unfortunately, the former server has been banned, but we'll still be there for our loyal custies. The new server is open to old and new custies. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. But Discord has banned the server before, and the server is still up. You gotta love it. But another interesting thing about the server that I saw is that you need to verify. You need to send a video of you saying, "What's up? I'm not going to say his name because if I say that, he's going to clip this and put it in videos. But what's up, this dude? I'm trying to shop. And then show your proof of funds, aka money, the trap, and the grasser packs, just so we know you ain't the cops. By the way, if the cops wanted to take you down, they could easily manufacture this and send it to verify. There's also a lot more that's wrong with this, but I want to show you some videos. For example, this dude here.
Yo, Steve. Yeah. I want to do business.
This dude is barely talking. I don't think the thoughts are forming in his head. That's how far down the rabbit hole he is in terms of addiction. It's just really sad. Now, there's this dude here that verified. Listen to the audio.
Hey Steve, how's it going? I want to shop.
This is a teenager, bro. This is like, you're 16, you're like, hey, what's up, man? I'm trying to talk like, this is how adults talk. What's up, dude? And don't worry, it gets more ridiculous. This dude is sending screenshots of people getting their packages delivered. They're sending a screenshot of the tracking number, and they're only hiding a couple of the digits. And they have that for a whole bunch of different shipments. The feds can just track this. What the is going through these people's brains? And by the way, it gets worse. There's these people that open up 2 kilograms of product, and in their unboxing, they show their shipping label. They don't cover it. If the feds were looking into this and they're trying to bust you for buying illicit material, your plug, your dealer, just made it easier for you by basically doxing you to the government. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because it all factors into the third red flag, which is no privacy. This is so amateur that I genuinely think that this is either a Fed honeypot, like the feds are behind this, or again, it's someone trying to scam. I'm starting to get pretty frustrated now because here's the thing. I feel like I'm so close to showing you guys that there might actually be a Discord server that sells drugs. I think it'd be crazy. And I feel like I'm almost there. And desperate times call for desperate measures. I went on a Discord server called the Mini Dark Web. Get your guns, ammo, and drugs here, friends. Welcome to your Mini Dark Web. Now, this sounds like complete bullshit. And when I joined the server, there was no one on it, except if I scroll up to the very top, they invite you to the main server, Trap House, with the house emoji. And I wasn't really prepared for what I was about to experience because this server has a channel called Server Preview where they show you what's inside the server. This server had a channel dedicated to selling CSAM content. And what happens is that when a Discord server gets reported for having bad channel names, like this one here, it's called New Channel Name. All those channel names got reset. So Discord moderated this stuff, but they had a channel for CSAM content. And that didn't get this server fucking deleted. You want to know what's even more disgusting? I got pinged in the server by Max Mega Sales. Bro, it says teen, it talks about this stuff. See, like, this is disgusting. Anyways, that's a rant for a different video, but let's tie it all back. We still have one more red flag that I need to tell you about, which is, I'm just gonna call it LARPing. It's basically where people try doing everything and it's physically impossible. They said they have hitman services. Doing a hitman service, that already requires so many logistics that you would not have the time or you wouldn't even care about the money you would get from selling hacking services or drugs. And since they're doing hacking, those hacking services are like the biggest scam you'll see on Twitter, where people are like, oh, you got locked out of your account? Well, you can hack into it by just adding this random person on Twitter who is totally legit, and if you give them money, they'll run away. It's an obvious scam. So at this point is my investigation a failure. Is there no such thing as a real Discord server that would sell you drugs? No. And to make sure this video isn't taken down, I won't be showing the server, and I'm only going to be showing you very limited screenshots. But everything I've shown you so far in this video has been a major league sketchy and clearly a scam. I mean, the whole point was to show you all these different red flags to show you how these servers are sketchy. This Discord server had 0 red flags. They were focused on privacy. They had Telegram links, Signal links, ways to pay them discreetly. They would teach you how to pay them discreetly. There were no stolen images. I reversed image searched every single photo that they had. There was nothing. In fact, there was really no way that it could be on Google because the pictures that they sent were the dealer's name written out with like pills. It would be impossible to Photoshop, and it clearly wasn't AI. The dealer who was talking about drugs had extensive knowledge about everything they were selling. Like the people that I've shown you before were complete idiots. This dude knew everything. This dude also in his own Discord server would list websites that you could buy drugs from. And when researching those websites, it seemed like legitimate websites. Cut it back a little bit. I'm talking to you like a normal person now, okay? No YouTuber voice, no trying to keep things suspenseful, but like genuinely, I was kind of scared to even just show this in a video because I genuinely think it probably was selling drugs. Now, am I going to test it and show you whether or not I get a package at my doorstep? No, I'm not an idiot, but I will be spending the next 2 hours of my life struggling with Discord support by reporting everyone's messages because, again, I don't think Discord, a place with a lot of teenagers on it, should be hosting Discord servers that sell drugs. Hopefully that's pretty damn clear. But anyways, gamers, I expect the police to be at my door 2 hours after this video comes out, so I'm gonna be a busy beaver at that time. Bye-bye, love you. Mwah. Andrew Tate's online university called The Real World just got hacked, with 325,000 emails and all their public and private chat logs being leaked. But all these news articles that are covering this are missing two very important things. The first thing is that they don't even have an account to look into the real world because they aren't stupid like me. But the second thing is that I don't think anyone realizes that this hack is way bigger than you think. Now, just to get everyone caught up to speed, if you don't know what The Real World is, it's fundamentally a Discord clone. You have channels and you can chat in them. There's a currency system that's a little bit different, but instead of servers, you have campuses, and then in the top left, you have a courses tab where you can go through and watch videos to learn, in my opinion, very fundamental garbage that you shouldn't have to pay $50 a month for, because keep in mind, to join The Real World, to go on Andrew Tate's Discord clone, you need to spend $50 a month. Every single person that is on this platform is spending $50 a month. And if it wasn't obvious, most of the people in here are hustle culture bros that think they're better than everyone else, and I cover all this in a previous video. But in terms of this video, I want to focus specifically on the important stuff, the hack. And the first question that everyone has about the hack is, how was The Real World vulnerable? How did people figure out how to hack it? And here's the thing, back in my previous video where I talked about Andrew Tate's Discord clone, when I was looking through their API, I noticed their backends and how everything is set up, their code might have been stolen from an open source Discord clone called Revolt. And if you look in the pinned comments of this video, it actually turns out that the creator of Revolt, the owner, actually made his own article talking about how Andrew Tate's The Real World is stealing his software. And the thing is that when you steal someone's software, you also steal all of the old vulnerabilities associated with it, because in the video that I showed, it was using an old version of Revolt. And well, it didn't take long for people to take advantage of those vulnerabilities, because on November 21st, 2024, the Daily Dot posted an article saying hackers breach Andrew Tate's online university. Now, just to understand this hack a lot better, there are two main components of it. The first component is the leaked data, and that's going to have the most impact, but then there's also the second part of the hack where the hackers actually went into the real world and started raiding it and causing a whole bunch of havoc. And in the article, they specifically say that the real world security was described as hilariously insecure, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. And I want to start off with the raid on the real world, because again, I had an account while this was happening. So during one of Andrew Tate's live streams where he pumps crypto coins, yells at the camera, the hackers started their operation in raiding the real world and causing a whole bunch of havoc. So the first thing that the hackers could do on the real world is pretty obvious. They could upload emojis, and the emojis that they uploaded were trans flags. There was Tate with big booty cheeks. There were AI images of Andrew Tate with a rainbow flag because he is very misogynistic and homophobic, which also gives you a pretty good indication why this hack happened. It was more for hacktivism, not to try and make money. But then also there were emojis that were posted that would spell out words. For example, there's this one here that says Andrew Tate is a cute gay gooner. There were more emojis posted that said Tate is a cutie patootie patootie. And finally, there were more emojis uploaded that said Tate loves kissing femboys. During the peak of the hack, if you close your emoji picker and you open it back up, there would be 10 new emojis every single second. And by the way, these emojis were visible everywhere across the real world. You didn't just have to be on one specific server, it was visible everywhere, and people started noticing. Now, the question everyone is asking is, how did they manage to pull this off? And remember how they said everything was hilariously insecure? What they basically did is they opened up their Chrome console and they typed in a command that is almost equivalent to God mode equals 1, and when they entered in the command, they were able to go to the server settings of any server and upload an emoji. There were no checks to make sure if you were admin or anything, anyone could upload an emoji. But let's move on to the second thing that these hackers did, which is a little bit more destructive than showing a whole bunch of homophobic people gay pride. The second thing these hackers could do is they could time out or mute anyone in chat. Because remember that magical God mode equals 1 command? I'm not telling you the exact command because I don't want to get in any legal trouble. But it turns out when you enable this command, you could click on anyone's profile and you would have a little menu at the bottom that would allow you to ban and cancel someone's membership and kick someone. However, both banning and kicking people were properly secured. It would actually check to see if you were like someone who had staff privileges. But you know that timeout button? Those rules didn't apply. It turns out you could time out anyone. They managed to time out Andrew Tate on his own account. And there's this, which we can see, it says verified real world staff account. This is a staff member and he was timed out. Now the thing I want to point out is that in some of the screenshots that I received, in the timeout menu, you can pick a time and there's this 30-day time which is highlighted in red, and when you hover over it, it says timing out someone for 30 days is effectively banning someone, but it's an alternative to banning someone, which means it doesn't cancel your subscription like the ban and cancel membership button does. So you're basically banned, but you're still paying your subscription. That's a little But something that wasn't talked about in any article is that the third vulnerability that these hackers could do is they could create any group chat. Now, I'm going to assume none of you know, but in the real world, you need to earn coins to exchange for power-ups. And specifically, there's a power-up that you can purchase called Direct Messages. Now, to unlock Direct Messages, you need to be logged in for 90 days, which means at the very least, you would need to spend 3 months worth of subscription to the real world, which is $150, just to DM people on the stupid platform. But what the hackers could do is they could add anyone to a group chat. They didn't even need to spend $150. So theoretically, they could go on a group chat with Andrew Tate and show how much of a fan they are by saying how they want to kiss Andrew Tate on the mouth while rubbing his shiny head like a genie lamp. But the fourth thing that these hackers could do is they could crash on the real world. What they would do is they would use the real world's API to send a message. It looks like a normal message, but inside of the message content, it's all malformed and messed up. And what would happen is that if you viewed that message, your client would just crash. It would give you a blank screen and you wouldn't be able to use the real world until you went to a different channel on a different device. Now, the final thing that these hackers did, which is the most important part of the hack, is that they were able to view messages both in every single public channel, which really isn't anything important. If you have an account, you can just view all the channels normally, but they could also view the messages inside of private channels. Now, I'm going to do my best to try and explain on a surface level what's going on, but remember how they said things were hilariously insecure? What these hackers would do is they would get the server ID of the server that they're on, and to get that, you just look inside the URL bar. It's that easy. And using this server ID, they could make a request to the real world servers where it would list all of the channels inside of the server, all the public channels and all of the private channels. It would list the channel's ID, which is this chunk of text up here. Now, using both the server ID and the channel ID, you could send a request to the real world servers to get the messages inside of that specific channel. It didn't matter if it was a private channel, you were just given access to the messages. No security checks, hilariously insecure. And that was the most important thing that these hackers did, because with all of that data, they published it. Because according to a tweet by VX Underground, they noted that the content of the data breach was given to a non-profit organization, DDoS Secrets, and is available for anyone to review. And just to give you a scale on how much information are in these data leaks, it is actually ginormous. So just to give you a frame of reference, to download all of the leaked data from Andrew Tate's The Real World, it is 14.1 gigabytes. 14 gigabytes of just raw text files. There is so much information in these leaks, it's actually nuts. There's 221 public and 395 private chat channels. Apparently they generate $5.6 million a month. Christ. But inside of the contents of these leaks, if you want to look further into it, there's both private channels and public channels, and inside of the private channels, you have the private channels of each one of the campuses or the servers, and all of this is hosted on the clear internet. You don't need to go on the dark web. It's just available for anyone on the internet to sift through. It is a treasure trove of information that is going to have way bigger consequences than you think. And just to give you an example on how big the consequences of this data breach is, I'm going to give you a couple of examples that are, I want to say probably, but 100% this is going to occur. It's just inevitable. But the first thing is that according to Have I Been Pwned, which is a website that shows you if your information has been exposed in a data breach, in the Andrew Tate data breach, they added 324,000 email addresses. If you are someone that wants to scam someone, this is basically 324,000 potential victims that you can scam. These are the same people that spent $50 to go on an Andrew Tate chat platform. And these people are also probably interested in cryptocurrency like Andrew Tate, which means they are prime targets to be scammed in cryptocurrency scams. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, because Andrew Tate has something called the War Room, which are a whole bunch of dudes that meet up with Andrew Tate and stuff, but you can see from these pictures that all their faces are blurred out. And the reason why these faces are blurred out is because to get into Andrew Tate's War Room, you need to spend $8,000, which means that everyone in these photos that have their face blurred, they are rich enough to spend $8,000 to hang out with Andrew Tate. If these people's faces weren't blurred and you were a scammer, this would be a treasure trove of people that you could try to phish and scam, extort, sim swap, anything. But a viewer of mine dug through all of these data leaks and they actually found a link to a Google Drive containing the raw videos to the public. The people in the War Room would do Zoom calls with each other talking about life, and in the video on the side you could see people's names in the call face. That is already plenty for you to work from if you're trying to scam people out of money, and especially these guys because they are clearly well off. And things get even worse because if you figure out your username, you can go through all of these data leaks and find every single message that they have ever sent, and you can stalk them. And the issue with people on the real world is that since they paid $50, they feel like they're part of this community and they get a little too personal. Here's a message that I found just today that someone took from their balcony. You could figure out where this dude lives if you're good at geoguessing, and he's dumb enough to spend $50 a month on Andrew Tate's course. He probably has some cryptocurrency money, and now you know where he lives. You can extort him for money that he clearly has. And if your email is part of the data breach, you're basically cooked. Now, I do want to clarify because I don't think people have understood this yet, but the emails that are in this data breach specifically were found in a private log channel. In one of the private channels in the real world, they would log when people get banned. So it would say this person got banned, it would show their email, and it would show a ban reason. And who would have guessed it, but the people on the real world that are moderators are exactly like Reddit mods, because there were people that were banned for talking bad about the real world on Twitter. But most of the bans in that log channel that included those emails are from people that would get automatically banned. Because if you cancel your subscription, then you would get banned from the real world, and then your email would get sent, and now that email is in a data breach. But again, like I said, there is 12 gigabytes of just raw text data. Since there's so much data there, it's going to take a lot of time for these journalists to dig deep into this data and find out bigger and bigger story expose pieces. But in the future, you could potentially have law enforcement or crypto investigators like CoffeeZilla or ZachXBT analyzing this data breach. And remember, they have the chat logs of almost every single channel inside of the real world. But if Andrew Tate is setting up an illegal crypto operation or sent a message orchestrating pump and dumps to help his most devoted fans make money, all of those will be hidden somewhere in that private chat logs. If I was Andrew Tate, or if I was anyone in the real world, I would be very, very worried right now. And that's where we get to Andrew Tate's response on the matter. Because on Twitter, Andrew Tate he just straight up downplayed everything. He made a tweet saying, "We hacked his school and saw the chats of his 800,000 members. The chats are public. You literally just bought a membership and logged in and read the rooms. Call that a hack?" And then he just goes on a complete rant. I, as someone who has a real world subscription for only 1 month because I'm not paying $50 again, that, but I'm only able to access public channels, not private ones, and those private channels are included in the data breach. So this tweet is completely downplaying everything. But here's the thing, Andrew Tate also made a second public comment talking about this hack, because on November 23rd at 7:52 a.m., he made an announcement saying, "Fake news alert at students, the real world has never lost names, addresses, credit card details, or any personal private data in its history. We got Matrix attacked, and some nerds played with our new custom emoji functionality. The chats inside the real world are public to any paying member, but that's obvious. How is that a hack?" Again, the same argument he made in his tweet, which is just outright incorrect. However, there's an even bigger hack that everyone missed, because according to a news article by Cybernews, Andrew Tate's The Real World exposes 22 million user messages, and this was back in July 1st, 2024. Turns out the Real World's MongoDB database was just not secure. Whoops, that just happened. And the information included were people's user IDs, their email, and that's for every single person in the real world. It would also show the password reset token for every single account. If you knew Andrew Tate's user ID, which you can easily find, or if you knew Andrew Tate's email, which again is public, you could look for his account, get his password reset token, reset his password to something, and you could take control of his account and, I don't know, promote a scam cryptocurrency, scam a whole bunch of people. You could delete everything. Things could have been much worse. However, this exploit was then fixed because all they had to do was just set a password on the thing. Now, going back to Andrew Tate's post on The Real World talking about the actual data breach, he says the real world is secure. And, well, is it? It does seem like they fixed a couple of issues. They for sure fixed the emoji upload, so no more gay pride parades on Andrew Tate's The Real World, so I'm quite disappointed. But it also seems like they patched the vulnerability that allows people to view the messages inside of private channels. In my opinion, this is not really an accomplishment, because remember, it was quoted that the platform is hilariously insecure. There are going to be a bunch of people that are going to poke and pry at this platform and try to find other problems. If you are someone that is thinking about poking and prodding into the real world, I just want to give you a massive heads up. But I was contacted by one of my viewers, but what they did is they reported a bug to the real world, which allowed you to go into the real world without paying $50 a month. And when my viewer reported that bug, two important things happened. The first thing is that they were promised a bug bounty. They were promised money for disclosing this bug responsibly and not abusing it and giving people a whole bunch of free The Real World accounts. A month later, Andrew Tate's goons just completely ghosted him and deleted all of their chats. So he didn't get paid. And the second thing that they did is that they didn't even fix the bug that the guy reported. So with all that combined together, I genuinely, if you are on The Real World, I would not listen to Andrew Tate downplaying the situation and calling it fake news. But most of the messages that I saw where things are getting hacked and homophobia, or this dude who said he went from $5,000 to $0 in a single day. And instead of him reconsidering his life choices, it's all a part of the game. If I was a cryptocurrency scammer and I saw something like this, I would know I'm dealing with a class A idiot or an easy target. If you know any of your friends or anyone that is in the real world, I would let them know to be very cautious. This hack is bigger than what most people think. It's going to be used to scam people. It's going to be used for investigations against Andrew Tate. And now I'm going back to the Matrix. Bye-bye, I love you. Mwah!
Midnight, China. Hotel in the east of Dalian. A computer glows on a bedside table in a dim hotel room. Its user sits in a deep trance. For 5 days now, he's been trying to solve a problem. Literally days. He hasn't had much sleep or any real break besides short trips to the hotel's restaurant to grab some food. He's been working on a simple project. How to create a monster. But so far, he hasn't had much luck, and neither have the other peers assigned for the mission. This is not good. Failure means there will be consequences. The user's name is Park, and he's a programmer. Unlike his Hollywood peers, he doesn't spend days tapping away at the keyboard. Instead, he spends most of his time scouring the internet for clues. What can be the thing that makes the monster work? Surely someone out there has found the missing piece. Perhaps it's somewhere on hacker forums or for sale on the dark web. He searches again and again, but nothing. So far, the only thing they have is a leak. Recently, a trove of incredibly advanced cyber weapons was stolen from the NSA and dumped into the wild. But they are useless unless you find a way to make them work with your code. A way neither Park nor his coworkers have found. All they need is... Wait, what was that? Eternal Blue. Somebody reverse engineered Eternal Blue, one of the NSA's top tools. Could this work? He looks through the code. This is wonderful. Thrilled, he gets to work. Several hours later, the monster is almost ready. Park is exhausted but satisfied. With just a few tweaks, the superiors will have precisely what they requested. Finally, he has earned his rest. He turns off the computer and finds a small bed in the room's corner. The next morning, Park turns the computer back on, determined to give the monster the finishing touches. Except, the monster has vanished. Frantically, he searches file by file. Nothing is there. The machine's been wiped clean. A message comes through. His lead, Kanban in Korea,